各位记者朋友，大家下午好。
Good afternoon. Welcome to today's press conference. The floor is now open to questions.
Good afternoon. Question from AFP. U.S. President Donald Trump said that he was postponing any strikes against Iran's power plants for 5 days to allow for talks. Trump said that his administration was speaking with an unidentified Iranian top official. What is China's comment on this, and what is China's position on who the U.S. should negotiate with from Iran? Thank you.
战事延宕，不符合任何一方利益。
The protracted war does not serve anyone's interest. Ceasefire and dialogue is the only way out. China is gravely concerned about the continued escalation and spillover of the current situation, which dealt a severe blow to global and regional peace and stability. We call on relevant parties to immediately stop the fighting and return to peace and dialogue as soon as possible. Next one, please.
Next question.
Thank you, spokesperson. A question from Reuters about EU and Australia. So the European Union and Australia have signed a trade deal today, and the European Commission President von der Leyen, in her speech about this deal, said that the EU and Australia's critical minerals partnership would be crucial and that both cannot be over-dependent on any supplier. She also spoke out against absorbing China's export-led growth model and industrial overcapacity. Does China have a response to these remarks? Thank you.
International trade is essentially a two-way market choice that benefits both sides. The EU has also been enjoying a trade surplus. China's high-quality and innovative products enrich global supply, boost trade, and drive industrial development. We never intend to seek trade surplus. In fact, of all goods exported by China-based European enterprises, nearly 40% go back to Europe. For this part of trade, the surplus is on the Chinese side, while the profits go to the investors. China is ready to be not only a world factory, but also a world market. Committed to high-quality development and high-standard opening up, China is actively implementing the strategy of expanding domestic demand while increasing imports of quality foreign products through such platforms as the China International Import Expo and the China International Fair for Trading Services, unlocking consumption potential at a faster pace and injecting fresh momentum into the world economy. We hope the EU will abandon the zero-sum mentality, avoid adopting protectionist measures, view China's developments in a rational and objective light by seizing new opportunities presented by China's 15th five-year plan blueprint. The two sides can work together to promote the sound and balanced growth of trade, and the EU can work with China to jointly uphold an open and inclusive international environment. Next one, please.
Question from AFP. Taiwan said on Tuesday that it was skip for the first time a high-level World Trade Organization meeting in Cameroon. Taiwan said that Cameroon had designated the island as a province of China in paperwork issued to its delegation. What is the Foreign Ministry's comment on this? Thank you.
世界上只有一个中国。
There is but one China in the world. Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. In China's Taiwan region's participation in international organizations' activities, China's position is consistent and clear. That is, it must be handled in accordance with the One China principle. The One China principle is the political premise of China's Taiwan region's participation in the WTO. The DPP authorities have engaged in political manipulation through the participation in the meeting. This is despicable, and its attempt to seeking independence will only fail and disgrace themselves. The international trade order is facing severe challenges. Unilateralism and protectionism is on the rise, and multilateral trade system were severely impacted. It is the first time in 10 years that the WTO holds a ministerial meeting in Africa. This is of great significance. China firmly supports Cameroon in making this meeting a success. Next one, please.
Thank you, spokesperson. Another question from Reuters. This just came out a while ago. Japan has said, this is according to a draft reviewed by Reuters. Japan will downgrade its description of ties with China from most important to instead describe the ties as strategic and mutually beneficial. This is in an annual diplomatic report that is being under review by the government. Does China have any comment on this? Thank you.
The root cause for the current situation in China-Japan relations is Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi's erroneous remarks on Taiwan, which raised outrage among the Chinese people and breached the red line in post-war international order. If Japan truly wants to improve and develop China-Japan relations, it should abide by the 4 political documents between China and Japan and the commitments made by itself, retract the erroneous remarks on Taiwan as soon as possible, seriously reflect on and correct its wrongdoings, and take concrete actions to uphold the political foundation of China-Japan relations. Next one, please.
Another question from AFP. The Human Rights Watch said that a court in China yesterday sentenced prominent human rights lawyer Xia Yang to 5 years in prison on politically motivated charges of inciting subversion of state power. Can the Foreign Ministry comment on this case? Thank you.
你提到的这个组织
The organization you mentioned has been spreading disinformation to vilify and smear China. It has no credibility whatsoever and does not worth refuting. Next one, please.
大家还有其他问题吗？
Sorry, just one more question from AFP. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez will travel to China from April 13th to 15th for an official visit, according to his office on Monday. Can China confirm this trip or provide comment for your expectations for this visit? Thank you.
China and Spain are comprehensive strategic partners. In recent years, bilateral relations have maintained a sound growth momentum. On the visit you mentioned, I have no information to share at the moment. Please stay tuned. Next one, please.
Global Times, we have learned that this morning in Tokyo, Japanese self-defense forces personnel broke into China's embassy in Japan. Could you share more details with us? On the morning of March 24th, a man who called himself a sitting officer of self-defense forces in Japan scaled the wall into Chinese embassy in Japan. He admitted that this is illegal, and he threatened to kill Chinese diplomatic personnel in the name of Kami, the Japanese god. China is deeply shocked at this incident and has lodged a strong démarche and protest with Japan. What the Japanese personnel did constitutes a grave violation of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations and a severe threat to safety and security of Chinese diplomatic personnel and facilities. The incident is egregious in terms of both the nature and impact. It once again demonstrates the rampant far-right ideologies and forces in Japan, the mounting danger of new militarism, and the Japanese government's long-standing erroneous policy in history, Taiwan, and other major core issues concerning China-Japan relations. It shows that the Japanese side doesn't discipline well the self-defense forces personnel, nor fulfill its responsibility to ensure the safety and security of Chinese diplomatic missions and diplomatic personnel in Japan. China urges the Japanese side to get to the bottom of the incident, bring relevant personnel to justice, and gives China a responsible answer. The Japanese side must earnestly keep Chinese diplomatic missions and personnel in Japan safe and secure, to soul search and correct its wrongdoings in its policy on China, and prevent such incidents from happening once and for all. The international community should stay on high alert on the dangerous move of accelerating right deviation and expansion of undisciplined self-defense forces in Japan. Next one, please. Any more questions?
Then
that's the end of today's press conference. Thank you for coming.